Legion of Superheroes issue 3 heads to Rimbor, where Crav, Ultraboy's despotic father, is angered to learn that his son is part of the Legion of Superheroes. Not only that, but his people have not retrieved the trident for him. He kills one of his men, seeing the galaxies laughing at them for their incompetence. Elsewhere, John brings Damian to the future, telling him of the Legion and how cool and different they all are from each other. As John excitedly explains other things from the future, the time bubble arrives, so Superboy welcomes Robin to the Legion of Superheroes, despite the team not actually being there to welcome them. Dawnstar soon arrives to meet them, saying John was meant to be doing orientation. John introduces Robin to her, but Damian begins getting dizzy, having trouble breathing, and he soon falls unconscious in John's arms. On Rimbor, Ultraboy and his team soon arrive as Rock reminds them of the off-world protocols, but it causes Tasmia to argue with Rock. However, Tasmia doesn't think it's arguing since he would know if they were. The team soon learn that Rock and Tasmia are in a relationship as Ultraboy's father arrives, not caring about the Legion and demanding the trident from them. Ultraboy says that he is there to represent both sides of Rimbor proudly, but Crav finds that insulting, telling the Legion that both sides of Rimbor are locked in a holy war, and he wonders if the other Legion members know of the tales from Rimbor. Ultraboy says that uniting the world is the only way for it to survive, but Crav knows that that's traitor talk. Cosmic Boy speaks up as the leader, saying that he wants to talk about the trident and they are there to help, something which Crav finds even more insulting than what his son just said. Crav smashes Rock away, igniting a fight between the Legion and Crav's soldiers, but luckily Mon-El stops the battle quickly by knocking out Crav with one punch. Ultraboy knows that they are in a lot of trouble since, according to lore, Mon-El is now the leader of Rimbor. Meanwhile, on planet Gotham, Saturn Girl's team is met by December Sevenbergen, the commissioner of the planet, who knows that they are there to see Mordru. Mordru meanwhile awakens and is met by Tortor, and the villain is there to rescue him since the Legion have arrived and needs to get his master off the planet. Tortor tells Mordru to follow him, telling him that the Legion need to pay for taking the trident from him, despite not actually knowing where the trident is. Mordru wants to know where they are going, realizing that this is all a dream. He realizes that Tortor isn't actually who he says he is, knowing it is Saturn Girl playing tricks in his head. The villain blasts Tortor, and Saturn Girl's mental link with the captured villain is severed. She tells her teammates that Mordru put a nightmare in her head for coming after the trident intel, and even though she knows it's not real, her body is reacting to it and she needs a moment. As the team try and figure out what to do next, Saturn Girl is contacted by Dawnstar, who tells them that Mono arrested Crav and brought him to the Legion HQ, where the villain woke up and got loose and is attacking Superboy. Imra and her team teleport back and she tries to make the villain sleep, but her powers don't work on the villain. However, they do work on Brainiac 5, putting him to sleep. Superboy and Robin get to work and take down Crav with ease, but Damian wasn't sure if that was a good idea. Mon-El argues with Superboy about who threw the first punch on Crav and who knocked him out the most, making the hero leave as Imra demands to know why Robin is there. She tells him that they need to put him back right now, but John knows that Damian isn't sick anymore thanks to Brainiac 5 helping him, and now they can get on to helping the planet Gotham investigation. Imra isn't interested in John's excuses, wiping Damian's mind of the experience and putting him to sleep. John says that this isn't how they do things and they need to discuss this first, as Saturn Girl grabs Damian, saying that she will put him back to exactly where John got him from. John wants to know why it's okay for him to be there and not Damian, and why he is there exactly. Rock says that they have been trying to tell him how and why, thanks to the orientation presentation, which will tell him everything he needs to know. As Imra loads Damian into the time bubble, John feels like he shouldn't be there either and he will go back with them, but the Legion tell him to stay and watch the orientation presentation. As Saturn Girl heads to the past, John heads off to the orientation, learning the warrior he knocked out was Ultraboy's father. Later, Crav is sealed in a prison orb as the team talk about Damian being there, knowing what he is to become and how evil he will be. Ultraboy doesn't care for that, telling the team that they're in the middle of an intergalactic incident with his father. Computo suddenly sounds the alarm as the trident has been reportedly stolen, and it was by Crav's people, who says that he promises his son that the Legion of Superheroes will soon come to an end. Legion of Superheroes issue 3 was definitely a step up from the last issue, as plot progression happened in a really cool and funny way. I do like that this incarnation of the Legion aren't really well versed in what to do in intergalactic situations, and can even make matters worse when they try and help. Case in point with Mon-El inadvertently becoming the new ruler of Rimbor. Robin's arrival and immediate immediate return to the past was really a nothing and not something to get up in arms about, since literally nothing happened, so why even bother having it in the first place? The tease of what Damian is to become though was cool, and we already know what he is to become, and I'm looking forward to John getting to that orientation that keeps being hinted at, since he really should have gotten to that in issue 2, not issue 4. I'm going to give this issue a 7.5 out of 10.